Hey everybody, welcome to another Origami Wednesday. This week for both Halloween and Thanksgiving, which Halloween is just past, but that's okay. Today we're going to make an inflatable pumpkin. Now this is one of those modular ones, so we're going to do the same thing over and over and over again. We're going to do 6 times. Do you remember last year we made the balloons to use as Christmas ornaments? Well, I remember. So I'm going to show you. Okay. So I've already made 5 of them. And we're now going to make the 6th one. And I'm going to show you, I figured out a trick. Because the first pumpkin I made, and yes, I made it in blue. And I had to pull one of the guys out to remember how to fold it. My problem was it kept coming apart in the middle. So it kept wanting to accordion and not sit and be nice and be a pumpkin. And I found that very irritating. So what we did instead, I will show you in a moment. So first we're going to fold side to side, open it up and fold side to side again. Now I'm using 2 colored paper. So if I want to be sure that the orange side is out, I'm going to be sure that the orange side is out when I'm folding diagonally, because that's what's going to make it give me triangles. Okay, because that's what I want. I want triangles. If you do it the other way, it's not the end of the world. Just reverse all your folds and fold it until you've got a triangle. Okay? I'm going to fold 1 point up to the center. Okay. I'm going to fold my other point up to the center. Flip it and do the same thing. So now I have a square diamond. I don't know. Square if I turn it this way. It's a diamond if I turn it this way. Okay. Now I'm going to fold one side into the center. Okay, and the other side also into the center. Give those nice hard creases. This, my little flappy guy, I'm going to fold in half so that I can tuck it inside this cute little pocket that I made. I might have to finagle it with my fingernails, or if I had a folding tool or something, just to get it to tuck in there really nicely. If you forget that part, you can tuck this guy, but then you're going to have a weird, like, little extra bit over here. Not the end of the world. Nobody's ever going to see it. No judgment. Okay. And sometimes when you tuck the guy in, it doesn't tuck exactly either. But the important thing is it's tucked like that. So then we're going to flip and do the other side. So point to the center. Point to the center. Okay. This point on my little flappy, I'm actually going to fold it into a triangle, and then I'm going to tuck it inside this little pocket. And he should fit in there pretty well. So fold my little flappy down, and then tuck it into the pocket. Okay, now I'm going to look at this and say, okay, this is the side I'm going to inflate into. So I'm going to open up this, and I'm going to put a little bit of paste here. Okay? Because then when I do inflate everything, the center part will already be wedge-shaped. So my pumpkin will stay together like a pumpkin. Okay? So it holds its shape better. It makes me a lot happier that way. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put paste just on this little triangle and stick this little triangle right there. Okay? So now I'm going to stack everything. And I'm going to stack it as close to square as possible. Because if they get kind of wonky, they're going to want to slide and your pumpkin's going to come out. I've got this. See how this doesn't line up? Oh, right there. That's the part that doesn't line up, and it makes me sad. But I didn't want to unhook it and fix it because the rest of the pumpkin was pretty cute. So I'm just going to be careful as I stack. So the place where we're going to blow into inflate is all pointing the same direction. For me, it's facing left. As long as you are consistent, it doesn't really matter. I think that's probably the big thing with most origami is just being consistent as you do a thing over and over and over again. Okay? And again, why we always use paste? Paste dries very quickly. It doesn't have a lot of moisture in it, so you get all the stick and none of the sogginess of your paper, or at least very little sogginess on your paper. Okay, I'm going to hold that for a moment. And you see it's already ready to kind of accordion out. It's very excited. But before I can do that, I have to glue this side to this side. Okay. Now, one thing I did discover yesterday is I kind of want to open this up so that I can squeeze these two guys together. Okay. And then I can kind of go around and squeeze all the inner parts that are glued together. And I do want to give it a couple moments to stick. When I started inflating the orange one yesterday, because I made two, I made a blue one and an orange one, I started to inflate the blue one and everything fell apart because I hadn't given it long enough to dry. So, you know, like I said, we're going to apply pressure. Now we're going to blow one wedge at a time. Look at that, that's inflatable. It's inflated and it's a pumpkin and it's super cute. Now, I think the reason that they didn't glue like that originally is because they were using it as a candle holder. So you could force this apart and put like a little votive in there and but I don't think putting fire with paper is ever a particularly great plan. Just, you know, as a librarian / bookbinder, not a big fan of putting fire and paper together. So what I did was I took a scrap of green paper and I folded it, and I folded it again, and then I rolled it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing in nature is perfect. Okay? And once you get it rolling, it kind of wants to do its thing. And you can adjust your stem thickness as you so desire. I had this whole scrap of paper, so I decided to just use the whole thing. And no, it's not perfect. But have you ever seen a pumpkin stem that was exactly... No, you have not. It doesn't exist. A little bit of paste. Bing. Paste strings. Okay. And I don't even have to glue it. I can just tuck it down inside. And I have the perfect inflatable pumpkin. 6 balloons, a little bit of glue and ingenuity, and you could put a face on it to be a jack-o'-lantern for next Halloween, or you could just have it out for Thanksgiving. Make lots of little pumpkins and a little pumpkin patch of your very own. Again, these would be really fun place cards, especially at the kids' table. Write their name on one of the balloons, and then they can find where they're going to sit. And we'll be all set for Thanksgiving. Everybody have a great one, and we will see you next week for another Origami Wednesday. Have a good one. Bye.